cosmic secrets revealed. Beyond time, beyond space, beyond imagination.
Imagine waking up, not on Earth, but on Mars. A new sunrise breaking over a vast red desert sky. What if humans colonized Mars, not in a distant future, but tomorrow? For centuries, Mars has fascinated humanity, a planet so close yet so different. Its reddish glow in our night sky has been a beacon for dreamers, scientists, and explorers. We've sent rovers, we've mapped its surface, and we've analyzed its thin, cold air. Today, that ancient dream is closer than ever before. Agencies like NASA, pioneering companies like SpaceX, and international space programs are all in a race against time, developing the incredible technologies needed to send the first humans to the red planet, possibly within the next few decades. They're building powerful rockets, designing habitats, and testing life support systems that could one day make this science fiction a reality. But what if we didn't wait? What if, through some extraordinary leap of technology or sheer will, we launched the first colonization mission tomorrow? What would that actually look like? The challenges would be immediate, immense, and unlike anything humanity has ever faced. Forget the romanticized visions of movies. This would be the ultimate test of survival. First, the journey itself. It's not a quick trip across the solar system. The first colonists would be confined to a relatively small spacecraft for 6 to 8 months. Imagine being trapped in a metal can with a few other people, floating through the black emptiness of space. The psychological strain alone would be enormous, but the physical dangers are even more daunting. Outside the protection of Earth's magnetic field, space is flooded with radiation. Every single second, high-energy cosmic rays would bombard the ship, passing through the hull and through the bodies of the astronauts. This constant exposure dramatically increases the risk of cancer, damages cells, and can even affect cognitive function. And then there's the zero-gravity environment. While it looks fun, living without gravity for months takes a serious toll on the human body. Muscles atrophy, bones lose density, and the cardiovascular system weakens. Even with rigorous daily exercise routines, astronauts would arrive at Mars significantly weaker, lighter, and disoriented. They would step out of their lander onto a new world with only 38% of Earth's gravity. A strange, alien feeling where every movement would have to be relearned. Their first task wouldn't be planting a flag. It would be simply learning to walk again. Once on the surface, the real challenge begins: survival. Mars is an incredibly hostile environment. The atmosphere is about 100 times thinner than Earth's and is composed almost entirely of carbon dioxide, which is toxic to us. There is virtually no breathable oxygen. Temperatures can plummet to a bone-chilling minus 100 degrees Celsius or minus 148 Fahrenheit during the night. And then there are the planet-wide dust storms, which can rage for weeks or even months, blotting out the sun and covering everything in a fine, abrasive red dust. The first colonists wouldn't be able to just walk outside. Their lives would depend on living inside pressurized habitats. Imagine domes or underground bunkers, carefully engineered to provide protection. These habitats would be their entire world, shielded from deadly radiation, filled with artificially generated air, and lit by synthetic sunlight to mimic an earthly day-night cycle. Inside these bubbles of life, every resource would be precious. Every breath of air, every drop of water, would have to be meticulously produced or recycled from waste. The first Martian homes wouldn't have windows looking out onto a green landscape, but portholes showing a silent, red desert under a pale pink sky. To survive for the long term, the colony would have to become self-sufficient. Relying on supply missions from Earth, which would take years to plan and execute, is not a sustainable model. The colonists would need to become Martian farmers. But how do you grow food on a frozen, sterile desert? The answer lies beneath the surface. Scientists know there is abundant water ice buried under the Martian soil, especially near the poles. Colonists would have to mine this ice, melt it, and purify it for drinking and agriculture. Food would likely be grown hydroponically or aeroponically, without soil, inside sealed, climate-controlled modules. Rows of lettuce, potatoes, and soybeans would grow under powerful LED lights powered by the sun. Speaking of power, energy would be the lifeblood of the colony. The first outposts might rely on advanced nuclear reactors, small and safe enough to provide a constant and reliable source of power day and night. As the colony expands, vast arrays of solar panels could be unfurled across the Martian plains, capturing the faint sunlight to charge batteries and power the life support systems, rovers, and research equipment. The ultimate goal is to create a closed-loop system, a miniature Earth on Mars, where the colony can sustain itself indefinitely, free from its reliance on its home planet, which is millions of miles away. If we manage to survive and establish a permanent foothold, our ambition would surely grow. We wouldn't just want to live on Mars, we would want to make it our own. This leads to the grand, almost mythical concept of terraforming, transforming Mars into a second Earth. The idea is to fundamentally change the planet's climate and atmosphere. We could start by warming the planet, perhaps by building giant orbital mirrors to focus sunlight on the polar ice caps, or by setting up factories to pump massive quantities of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. As the planet warms, the frozen carbon dioxide at the poles would sublimate, turning directly into gas and thickening the atmosphere. This thicker atmosphere would trap more heat, creating a runaway greenhouse effect that would further warm the planet. Over time, the atmospheric pressure could rise to a point where liquid water could exist on the surface. We could see the ancient riverbeds and lakebeds of Mars fill with water once more. But this is a project of staggering scale and timescale. Even the most optimistic projections suggest that making Mars habitable, with a breathable atmosphere, could take hundreds, or more likely, thousands of years. Still, every small step, every successful farm, and every new habitat would be a seed of life planted on another world, a new beginning. Ultimately, colonizing Mars is about more than just technology and survival. It's a deeply philosophical question about our place in the universe. Humanity has always been defined by its relentless drive to explore, to push beyond the horizon and see what lies in the unknown. From the first migrations out of Africa to the voyages across the oceans, we are a species of pioneers. Mars represents the next great frontier. If we succeed, it could be our backup plan, our second home, a place where civilization can begin anew, free from the mistakes of the past. It would prove that life from Earth is not confined to this single, fragile planet. But if we fail, if the challenges prove too great, it will serve as a stark and powerful reminder. A reminder of just how precious, unique, and irreplaceable our own planet is. It would teach us that for all our dreams of the stars, Earth is still the greatest treasure in the known universe. So what would happen if humans colonized Mars tomorrow? We would face unimaginable danger, crushing isolation, and constant uncertainty. But we would also find hope, drive incredible discovery, and perhaps even trigger the next stage of human evolution. The first human footstep on the red soil of Mars won't just be a great leap for one person. It could be the next pivotal chapter in humanity's epic story. Thank you for watching. If you want to explore more about the future of humanity among the stars, subscribe to our channel and join us on this incredible journey. We'll see you in the next video.